Hello everyone. Welcome to the Safe Pesticide Handling Training. The presenters are Greg Alvarado and me, Kim Hung.
First things first, read the label. Everything that we know for how to handle pesticides safely follows the pesticide label. For example, if the wind is going over 10 miles per hour, do you treat your site? Here we have a product, Scourge. What do? Read the label. Here's the label description for the wind conditions needed for the application. The label doesn't specify the specific wind speed range for the application. Therefore, we use the district's SOP. We require that wind needs to be between 1 and up to 10 miles per hour.
Here is our outline for this training today. We will discuss how to handle pesticides when transporting, mixing, storing, and disposing them. This is one way on how to properly transport pesticides. When transporting pesticides, we need to have them secured in a chemical box with a lock. If they're not secured in a locked box, make sure you maintain a visual line of sight of the pesticide or application equipment. Here's a situation where the product is in the bed of the truck and our technician, Greg, can still maintain a visual. Here are things you should not do. You should not keep pesticides in the cab. Also, do not ride in the back of vehicles where pesticides are kept. Do not keep pesticides with your clothes, food, or water. Finally, don't use a drink container to hold pesticides.
When mixing, make sure you are wearing the proper PPE. Mix pesticides in a well-ventilated area. Mix at the recommended rate and only use the amount needed directed by the label. Avoid creating dust, splashes, or spills. Keep containers below eye level, and after handling pesticides, immediately wash your hands. Do not eat, drink, or smoke while handling pesticide. And do not use food containers to hold pesticides.
There are two primary places where we store our pesticides. One is in the cold storage, and the other is in our north flammable storage. These locations are kept locked, temperature controlled, and ventilated. There are also warning signs on entrances, walls, and compartments indicating these are chemical storage areas. Here is an illustration of a label indicating its proper storage conditions. It says it needs to be stored in a cool, dry place, 59 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. The cold storage is temperature controlled with this thermostat pictured on the right and meets this label specification. We highly recommend storing the pesticides in its original container. When it's not possible or practical to do so, you can store it in a properly sealed and labeled service container, such as these jars and jugs pictured here. Remember, do not store pesticides near food or water. And don't leave pesticides unattended or floating in the middle of a parking lot.
Spill kits are provided to all applicators and should be kept in your vehicles. Spill kits are also available in chemical storage rooms and flammable containers. Every vehicle is equipped with a first aid kit. The technician is responsible for maintaining this kit. If there are any supplies that you need, please contact your supervisor. There's also one kept in cold storage room next to the eye wash station. Keep updated copies of all labels in SDS. Follow the label. The PPE you should be using includes long-sleeve shirts, long pants, chemical-resistant gloves, and safety glasses. There are other specific PPE that the label requires, which is why it's important to read the label before you handle pesticides. Let your supervisor know if you need any PPE products. Ensure equipment is labeled and calibration is up to date. Use your calibration to ensure that you're applying the correct amount of pesticide in a uniform manner. When disposing, do not burn, pour them down the drain or sink, or in the toilet. Triple rinse the equipment in empty containers. Use a quarter of the container's volume of water per rinse. Wear your PPE when disposing pesticides. Preferably, rinse the equipment and containers at the site of application. Return the empty containers back to the district, slash containers, and cut open bags before proper disposal.
In summary, read the labels. Read the labels for proper pesticide handling procedures, and this includes wearing the proper PPE. We also need to know how to store and transport these pesticides properly. Only use items designated for mixing and storing pesticides.
Thank you for your attention during this training. If you have any questions regarding this training, please reach out to your supervisor or manager.